Welcome back to the Sun and Moon Tarot. Today we'll find what is good and what is hidden. I hope you're well and staying blessed, enjoying life wherever you are. This is a Leo season read for my earth signs. If you do have Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn highly aspected, this read is likely for you. My website is now live. If you'd like to check that out, I'll link it in the description box. If you'd like to book with me, you can do so on my website or in the email that is listed in the description box. My booking prices are listed on my website if you'd like to give it a check out. I would appreciate the views. We are going to do the Rider-Waite Tarot deck if you're new to my channel for the majority of your content. We will do 3 rows. The first row will be your recent past. The second row will be your current energy. The third row will be your future. We'll grab some clarifying cards, and the bottom of the deck will hold the overall energy or the theme of the season. We are also going to be utilizing this deck for a couple clarifying cards, the Dreams of Gaia Tarot deck. It's really pretty artwork if you'd like to check it out. That's what I'll be using. That's what you'll be seeing. There's just a tiny amount of nudity, so I will be covering that the best that I can. Okay, everybody. You know what? I think we're ready, Earth signs. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. If I am, I don't think I am though. Okay. So let's get into your read today. Oh, that's a lot of cards. Okay. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, the Strength card, and the Nine of Swords. The Page of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, the Page of Swords. This is crazy. And the Six of Wands. You have a 9, a 9, and a page and a page. That's not crazy. It's just a neat coincidence, if I say so. Oof. The Sun in reverse. The King of Pentacles. Oh, that's a good card. That's a very good clarification card. Things will balance out if anything's kind of like looking murky. Even going into Virgo season, it would seem that it should overall work out for y'all. I hope it does. So you've got the Death card at the bottom of the deck. Here are your clarification cards. I'll flip those in a minute. So we're going to just do a quick energy glance over. If you're new to alchemy, the major arcanas are a representation of spirit or the etherical energy. Death, the Strength card, the Sun card are spiritual cards, etherical cards. The Pentacles represent earth or 3D, third dimensional movement. The Wands represent fire. That's a representation of creative passion. The Swords represent logic. If we get Cups, that's the only other thing, and that is emotional energy with water. That would be the definition for alchemy. If you're interested in studying the different dimensions of tarot and how they synchronize. Okay, so any earth sign link yourself could be of significance. A Leo, a Scorpio. You got double Leo energy here. Granted, this is your Leo read. Well, you've got the Sun and the Strength card present, so that's 2 major arcanas that are often discussed as representations of the zodiac sign Leo. So that could be of significance. Someone with Leo could be of significance, or you could have Leo aspected in your chart, or it's just a representation. Weirdly enough, if you, I'm gonna say it like this, it's almost like the hermetic mirror, because like it's upright going into Leo season and then it's reverse going out of Leo season. So like let's just see how that plays out, I suppose. The Death card, a representation of metamorphosis, ending of cycles, new beginnings, and change. The Death card is a very big card to have for in terms of an overall theme card, because it means throughout the entire season you're going to be going through this metamorphosis, right? Like major changes that are absolutely necessary to your growth are going to be happening. New beginnings right and left, not just one but multiple. There might be things ending as well, so these things can start. That would be a representation of change. It might feel a bit chaotic, but it's not actual chaos. It's just that things are different than they normally are, and it will be okay. The Nine of Pentacles. It's a representation of fruits of labor, reckless spending, and rewards. The Strength card is a representation of, often, like a lot of people like to define it as self-compassion, which is fine. Like you can think of it like that if you want to, right? But I would rather think of it as compassion in general, because compassion gives you courage in ways that you don't typically have. Compassion is a representation of inner strength that can be seen both internally and externally. And it's also a representation of spiritual conviction. Okay. The Nine of Swords is an interesting card to follow this up. Anxiety, often representing hopelessness and trauma. So like either you're just logically experiencing a lot of times when this card is present, it's going to be because you're experiencing a lot of change. You're going to be experiencing a lot of anxiety due to that, but also so if you've experienced a lot of hopelessness, this would be you overcoming that through inner strength. If you have experienced trauma that has led to you experiencing hopelessness, depression, anxiety, etc., you're, with the Death card being the theme card, you're overcoming that. There's new beginnings being forced into your present. So there's change happening that you're being forced to grab onto, which seems chaotic, but it's actually very healthy for you. And you're going to be letting go of things that might have been traumatic, or at the very least, if they weren't traumatic, they were things that caused you to be uncomfortable, anxious. Those are the words I'd like to use. And you're overcoming that, right? So for your current energy for Leo season, I know I say these are timeless because if you watch them at a later date, it's not a big deal. Again, just apply the recent, past, current, future energy if you do that. But for if you're watching this as like a seasonal read, this is going to be the end of Cancer season going into Leo season. This Leo season, this is end of Leo season going into Virgo season. So the Page of Pentacles is often like ambition, desire, like diligence, and sometimes it's craving a new venture in the third dimension. So earth signs, you are starting in Leo season. I should finish definitions before I start saying that, but ultimately you're really starting to grasp that it's not chaos, that it is change, and that it's good change. The Ace of Swords is having sharpness of mind, clarity, and often a breakthrough of logic. And then also the Page of Swords, when we're not talking about a person, is curiosity, restlessness, and mental energy. Okay? So you are very focused on as you become aware to, if it's trauma, overcoming that. If it's and whatever it is, you're taking on the new changes, you're opening the new doors and shutting the old ones, as you should, and you're experiencing the growth that you should, earth signs, because you're willing to make the changes and you're being very clear in your mind, like it's logical sharpness. There's no question that these changes during Leo season are very necessary and very beneficial as well to you. So for your, I need to take just a little tea break. Excuse me 1 second. Okay. 6 of Wands, the Sun in reverse, and the King of Pentacles. The 6 of Wands is victory, success, public reward. The Sun in reverse is joy. I'm sorry. It's negativity, it's depression, it's sadness. And the King of Pentacles is abundance, prosperity, provider energy, and generosity. So there's a bit of sadness about change still in the future, but it is better that it's not anxiety and it's more like sadness. It's better that you're experiencing victories and that you're just a little bit sad that you're having to go through all these changes and that things didn't necessarily play out the way that you wanted them to. However, there's like either someone new or something new coming in, or yourself being able to provide things. So there's a level of monetary gain as well as people being abundant and fruitful around you. So even though you might be sad, even though you might be depressed, you're recognizing that this is just because of changes that are necessary, that this is just because of the doors you've recently shut. You know, you're experiencing a little bit of sadness, a little bit of grief here and there, but the new things that have come in the future, you're going to be like, oh, you know, this was worth it, even though I'm a little bit sad right now. These doors had to close, these new ones had to open, I had to walk through these thresholds, I had to, because these great changes are fantastic and they were absolutely necessary for me. Okay, Earth signs, we're going to grab your clarifying cards, Queen of Swords and the 10 of Cups. Love it. So, first definitions, the Queen of Swords or the Queen of Air represents complexity, perceptiveness, and clear-mindedness. The 10 of Cups is a representation of emotional inner happiness, fulfillment, dreams coming true. Okay. Being and these are your clarifying cards. So ultimately, it's, even though you're experiencing anxiety and sadness due to the changes that have to happen, you're also becoming very clear-minded on why. I mean, this is doubled with the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords, that you're just becoming very clear-minded on why things have to change, because ultimately, with the 10 of Cups being present as the final card for the Rider-Waite Tarot that I'm going to pull for that deck, that is a beautiful card to have for your final clarification card, especially for the read that you have present. Ultimately, your focus becomes very clear on what would make you happy emotionally, what would bring you true fulfillment, what would bring you, what would be the dream, right, for you to come true, and not just like sitting down in a whimsical manner over tea and like fantasizing about what you could do someday, but actually like grounded in the third dimension logically, what dreams you could potentially have that you could make happen in a logical way. I know I keep saying that, but it's present because of the Queen of Swords, that you really care about this being a logical find, right? Okay, Earth signs. I would like to grab a couple clarifying cards from the Dreams of Gaia deck. That's going to be the specialty. I love that you got the Ten of Cups for your final clarification card. I know I already said that, but it's really good. It's really positive energy to see that you're logically becoming clear on that and you're making the changes to gain inner happiness and whatever dreams you would like to come true. That's what you're focused on. This is a really beautiful card that you just got for clarification. It is the Seven of Earth, or the Seven of Coin. I like how it has the chakras on there. It's neat. Okay, so Seven of Earth, and then at the bottom of this deck, you do have the Eight of Earth as well. I don't see any nudity, so I'm not too worried about it. The Eight of Pentacles would be diligence, diligence, passion, and high standards. I'm so sorry. The Seven of Coin is hard work, perseverance, and again, diligence. So whatever you're trying to connect with in terms of your inner dreams coming true, the clarification cards are earth signs, or earth cards, excuse me, and they're focused on you being very diligent, passionate, focused on your whatever you can do in the third dimension to bring this whatever this 10 of cups dream is into reality. And I really think that you will have success. So, earth signs, I hope you enjoyed the content. I hope you enjoy the reading and everything, and I hope you also have a beautiful, beautiful Leo season. Please, if you would like to book with me, check out the description box, and otherwise, enjoy the season. I'll see you in the next read.